Hey everybody, it's Shaman Sister Sin, and I just wanted to talk to you for a few minutes about something that is unfortunately very, very common when you're dealing with narcissistic personalities, and that is that nothing can ever be resolved because narcissistic people are not listening. Communication with narcissists is impossible because narcissists are in an I'm right, you're wrong death struggle while you're trying to foster understanding and resolve situations in an adult relationship. You don't have the same goal. You never have. You never will. It's not going to work because they are incapable of seeing that you are not doing the same thing that they are doing. One of the biggest problems in these situations is that you assume both of you are coming from the same place. You're not. Narcissistic personalities often don't care about resolving the problem. They are much more invested in pretending there is no problem, especially if they are being told that the problem is them. Narcissistic personalities don't just want to be heard and understood the way that it is in most situations. They want to be vindicated. They want to be told that they're not wrong. Many claim, for example, that you're not listening or that you don't understand them if you don't agree with them. Pathologically narcissistic personalities are generally not interested in listening because what you have to say might be dangerous or threatening. These are very, very fragile personalities, regardless of how they come across. The slightest criticism or even suggestion that they're not perfect can wound them very, very deeply. Their defense against this usually includes just simply tuning out things that might be dangerous, which probably includes everything you are saying in an argument or a heated conversation. Their misperception of something you said may have even caused the argument. Even if what you're saying is not perceived as dangerous, it's just not as important as what they have to say. Dealing with these personalities is very frustrating because of these things. It's important to learn to accept when someone is demonstrating that they're not interested in working together and they're just not going to listen to you. There is no power on earth that can force someone to agree with you, believe you, or listen to you if they don't want to. You are not going to convince a narcissist that you or the relationship are safe enough for them to take criticism from you, or that your motivation for giving the criticism is anything other than bad. The fact that you are offering criticism in the first place is all the proof that they need. This is really, really important to understand. So many people in these relationships believe they will eventually be able to convince the narcissistic personality that they are safe enough and trustworthy enough for the narcissist to accept criticisms or corrections the way that people can do in a normal, healthy relationship. This is extremely unlikely. And this belief is based on a misunderstanding of how these personalities actually work. For pathologically narcissistic people, the fact that you're attempting to tell them that they are wrong in any way is proof that you are not safe and that you are not trustworthy. If you cared about them, you would never hurt them in that way. You would provide unconditional, positive regard, regardless of what they do. You would never point out a failure, a mistake, a wrongdoing. You would always be on their side. You would never shame them. Now, the fact that hurting them or shaming them was not your intention doesn't matter, mostly because it's not believed. If you were not intending to hurt or shame them, they would not feel hurt or they would not feel shame. Since that's how they feel, that was your intention, period. There's no arguing with that and no way to prove it's not true. You can't argue with someone's feelings. Doing so only makes them think that you're trying to manipulate them. Why else would you be trying to talk them out of their feelings? The truth is, this is a pathologically insecure personality who doesn't feel safe even inside their own minds or with their own feelings and doesn't even trust themselves. There is almost zero likelihood that they're going to ever feel safe with another person or be able to trust anybody. When someone cannot trust themselves, they're not going to be able to trust other people. The important thing is for you not to buy into their constant attempts to blame you for that. There's nothing you can do to make them feel safe because they just don't. They blame you because they believe it's your job to fix that. I would feel safe if you made me feel safe. Since I don't feel safe, this is obviously your fault. This is part of the narcissist's mistaken belief that they're not responsible for themselves, kind of like a child. It's not your responsibility to somehow convince a pathologically insecure, pathologically distrustful person to trust you. Not only is that not your responsibility, it's not even possible. So I hope that clears a few things up for you. May the Great Spirit bless you. Have a beautiful day.